Hello, everybody. This is Rosie with Illuminate the Darkness. We are going to go over the new moon in Virgo. This is a very interesting one. I really like it because it has a solar eclipse with it, and it is also the second new moon in Virgo in about a month. So it's called a Virgo portal, and it's during the season of Virgo as well. So very interesting. The new moon typically stands for times of new beginnings, renewal, fresh, clean slates, restarting the cycle again, setting new intentions, and visualizing and manifesting the new goals that you want to have, are like re situating the goals that you've already had. So, like, maybe going over the things that you've already been working on, how it's not working out for you, and what your goal really is, and how you should change things to bring that to you. So, during this solar eclipse time, this can intensify the energy of the new moon. So, the energy of the new beginnings, which can also bring sudden shifts and powerful resets. And just keep in mind during this time that it's faded opportunities. So things could be presented to us that could really change our lives and make a whole new difference for us. We can release things that can clarify our minds in ways that we haven't had before. So maybe is like, again, a sudden shift in mental. Maybe it's like, maybe with the job change, maybe with uh your goals. It could be many things. So with the Virgo moon, that brings more desire for clarity, perfectionism, and practicality. So it can also bring in the energy to want to refine and reorganize your life. So with the new beginning time and the sudden shift of that powerful reset and this energy of wanting to like perfectionize and like organize your life in a certain way, it can be very beneficial to us if we actually take the time to sit down and do these things that our brain and this energy is bringing to us that it wants to do. And the more we block this stuff out, the more I feel like we experience anxiety and like depression and these like heavy feelings that can really like be like something that we beat ourselves up over. So this is actually something that has to do with this moon too. So this can give you the energy to let go of what no longer serves you and to make space so you can feed into what you want. So it allows you to give the energy to what you want to thrive in your life. The Virgo portal, there was two new moons in Virgo. One was on August 22nd, and then this one was today, September 21st. So this is two opportunities within about a month for a fresh start and new beginning. So that first shift was supposed to open up the period of time for recognition, for you to like really self-reflect and open that door to healing blockages and just internal things, especially to do with self-worth and worthiness. So again, Virgo has to do with perfectionism and maybe being a little bit too hard on ourselves. When we're a little bit too practical, sometimes we're treating ourselves like a piece of wood, and we aren't. We're supposed to be beautiful, bushy flowers. So we're a little bit of a mess. Okay, it's okay. That's what we're supposed to look like. The second shift is about taking the action to go towards those desires and moving forward with your goals. So again, that first shift was about like opening that door, making you realize what you want and like how to maybe go about certain things. And then it's been probably a little bit of a crazy time since then that has allowed you to like clear a lot of room in your life that has like adjusted to look completely different, or like really your perspective. And then like this second shift is supposed to be about even much further sudden shifts to push you towards those goals more and where you're supposed to be at life. So this can be considered landmark events. So these are much stronger than regular new moons, and it can be considered recalibration towards your life path. So sometimes we find out more of what our purpose is and what we are good at, and what we could do as a career that doesn't feel like we're having to go to work. So like that's the goal. And just being happy, like I feel like we're kind of meant to be in other people's ways in a little bit, because um, we our humanistic minds make us feel like we know everything, but like when we encounter other people and have good conversations and good bonds and connect, so then sometimes it changes our perspectives, and those can be very good in different ways. So I feel like people should get out more and want to help each other more and have those connections again, and remind ourselves that life is not the internet, and we don't have to always bicker and argue over things that really aren't right here present in our lives. Sure, it's happening in life or whatever, but we don't have to let things divide us to the point to where we don't want to socialize or even talk to people anymore. I feel like we need to heal that a little bit. Alright, so we're going to read the energy of the new moon and what it wants to tell us, what it wants to bring us. Alright, let's see what we got. We have Strength card, King of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. Okay, first we have the Strength card. The Strength card can mean literal strength, but it usually talks about not the forceful and violent kind of strength. It's more of the generous and loving kind of strength, opening up your heart chakra, leading with your heart, unconditional love. So triumphing over negative forces that come at you, and pretty much having faith over fear. So this, keeps you filled with faith and power, and is somebody that this can be somebody that can't stand to the side and watch injustice. So like maybe people that go out to protest and share how they feel, they can't just again stand to the side and watch. These people can be inspirational to others, or you can feel the inspiration energy at this time during this new moon. And this is kind of like overcoming dark forces with love, kind of like what Martin Luther King Jr. was trying to preach. You can't fight the dark with the dark. You gotta, fight it with light. So this is kind of like, again, this sudden shift. You're going through all these tough times and these changes, and it's seeing if you're going to have faith over fear, and know that your goals are going to work out in your favor and to go with the flow. So that's just kind of teaching you to again, let go and understand that sometimes we can't be in control of our lives. Next we have the King of Pentacles, and he can be a very practical man that is very responsible, cautious, plans carefully, resourceful. He resembles wealth. Maybe either he is very structural and makes sure that he continues to go to work, or he already has wealth within. Reliable, loyal, and also sensual and enjoys luxuries. So on the negative end, he could be very possessive, um, and needs to have a balance with that feeling of like possession over like friends and family to gain the need for security and the feeling of being that lead guy, you know, that's got everybody underneath of him. He's got to feel like they're all balanced too, because that makes him unbalanced. So this is a financial security as well. So these can be either how you're feeling with, again, this planning and readjusting your life, um, or it can be somebody in your life influencing this energy. Or it could be a need for financial security and you to do these things so that way you become more financially secure within your own life. So it could be however you want to take it. Like, these cards are very flexible. It's literally just like base energy. So you can apply like whatever it is resonates with you to these. It's nothing specific. I keep it very open so that way it's just a main energy bringing a message to you. Maybe it sparks something that is like, oh wow, that actually resonates. Next we have Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands can be somebody very intelligent, somebody young, very go-getter energy, plans for their future. Somebody that has a lot of creativity and the mindset of they are going to get to success one way or the other. So the bad thing about this is, again, they're young. And so when we're young and we're going through this time of wanting to succeed and do all these things, doing the same routine, mundane thing every day kind of makes us feel like we're being stuck and stagnant. So then we can kind of experience the energy of wanting to be very flighty and like continue to do all these different things to like get us where we're supposed to be. But the thing is sometimes we have to be like the King of Pentacles and be very strategic on how we move and how we're showing up in our life. So like this also is an energy that is like somebody that wants to start projects and then not follow through on it. Or it could be older men that carry childish energy that look for like mother figures within their spouses, and people that are very flighty in like businesses and stuff like that. They don't want to take responsibility and like control the business, but they want to continue that business. So I think what this means is like with all these goals that you're setting, uh, you also want to make sure that you're actually showing up and doing what you're wanting to succeed in, knowing that you make the difference in the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get somewhere, but your energy being in that is actually important and makes the difference. So with these goals, try not to be so flighty, stick to them, and follow through on your projects that you start. So again, the strength, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Have strength, lead with love, be resourceful, plan carefully, and then follow through. That's literally what that says. Okay. Very interesting. Alright, so we will do a 1-card pull on this one. I am almost done, guys. They think it's a torturous time, this 20 minutes. I'll just go with that one. Flipped out on me. Taurus, I have guy in the back making a lot of noise. He's a Taurus. You are about to grow something from which there will be beauty and abundance. Taurus natives are ruled by Venus, the planet of loveliness and indulgence. They tend to be down to earth but have a special eye for attractiveness and always have a need for luxury. Practical matters rule first with Taurus, taking care of the home and all the comforts before they move on towards what they truly love, which is pondering the meaning of their fates. As spiritual masters and teachers, they never completely stray away from what is real and solid ground, yet in their own way they can be very dreamy. Sign of the gentle gardener, Taurus people take their time with feet firmly planted on the ground. They must be certain about everything before choosing what comes next. The world of Taurus is the world of the senses: food, fabric, color, skin, and very something. Okay. They are fond of lovely things and place great value on money. Most Taurus believe that they can believe what they see or touch. Yet many gurus are born under the sign of the bull, so that means they're spiritual too, but tend to be dismissive over subjects they don't know much about. They have a conservative nature, so often must be convinced. They consider themselves realists. That said, Taurus is a sign that rules the fairy worlds, so contact with fairies or elements is possible when this card turns up in a reading. You may have fairy dreams or even build a fairy home or garden. Sensing fairy presence is also possible. When this card comes up in a reading, money issues will have bearing on the matter, whether obvious or not so obvious. Bank accounts, counting change, accumulating funds, any matter to do with finances will come into play. It is a fortunate time to ask for a loan, a raise in pay, or a buy into stocks. It is also a good time to become involved in accounting or matters dealing with numbers or currency. The sign of Taurus symbolizes the sensuous nature, sex, and food and comforts, so a passionate lover may be on the horizon, and long and fervent lovemaking sessions may be in store. You may connect with a paramour who wishes to take care of you, or vice versa. The desire for comfort and relaxation will be a part of this relationship. Need some water. This card indicates talents in the arts, especially singing and music. Taurus shares rulership with Leo over the stage, so matters involving plays, musicals, theater, concerts, and those that are traditional, such as ballet or classical music, may have meaning now. The Taurus card corresponds to the Hierophant card and the tarot, so this indicates tradition and not so much being brash, controversial, or eccentric. Taurus, of course, is bullish, so you may encounter a few stubborn or abstinent individuals. Anything offbeat won't serve you at this time. Whatever you do now will take on practical or conservative tone. The Taurus card turning up in a spread is always a positive sign, as it's highly stable and supportive. In a chart, Taurus stabilizes matters. In general, Taurus is steady and reliable and hardly ever gets upset. One cannot rile a sensuous bull too easily, but if one does, the explosive results may be unforgettable. More than anything else, the Taurus card suggests dealing with finances, capital, investments, what is bought and what is owned. This card also stands for your possessions. It's a good time to build on what you have. It is also an excellent time to invest in real estate or properties. And then it links with the Hierophant card, which is about tradition, leadership, enlightenment, people guiding. So yeah, this time during this new moon, it's about fresh starts, new energy, and this is pretty much telling you to be practical and continue forth, and it's a very good time for money flow. So release all these blockages and realize that the way that you think about money is the way that money flows to you. So if you have blockages towards money, it's not going to flow through to you, as well as if you thought of it as a river. Alright guys, thank you so much. I hope you get a message out of this and it resonates with you. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know.